just like a week ago, but we both know how weekends go. Tryna tuck off, got some places we could go. Swear she got the like wow, she's blessed, I'm blessed. I don't GA, you tryna yes on, yes on, yes on, yes. Say less. You ain't got.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars come into today's matchup wanting to find a way to walk out of the stadium with win number 5 on the season. It's the Texans going up against the Jaguars.
Larry, first opened in 1995. There's a look inside Everbank Field here in the River City of Jacksonville, Florida. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Second down following the run. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Don't make the play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense, everybody wants a piece of that pie.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going to run. It's McKinnon. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give him 3 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They run once more with McKinnon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's McKinnon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Beathard to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Fresh set of downs here.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And the D looking like they may blitz.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90. Z, 58, rail. Black, 58. Green, blue, 45.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. It's a pickup of 3 that time. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. Well, kind of interesting for sure. It worked out for them. They only had a yard to go. You know, when you do that fake punt, you're kind of starting back further than you need to when you only have 1 yard.
Yeah, and I guess they felt like that was a true full fake because most of the time with a yard to go, you leave your offense on the field, you run something from your playbook. But here, they gave the full impression they were going to punt it away and picked up the first down. They definitely surprised us.
I was going to say, surprise, surprise. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now a play fake. Bortles. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney. From his outside linebacker spot, he comes up to drop him for a loss of 10. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. To throw is Bortles. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here again is McKinnon. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Bortles now on 1st down. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. To go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it's 3rd and short.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses have we talked to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they wanted to.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
They'll throw here. Beathard. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Texans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Beathard to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
They didn't have a ton of yards to pick up on that 3rd down, but there was no way they were playing that one safe. They decided to take that one downtown. They must have felt that they had a big play that was waiting for them. Unfortunately, it was incomplete.
Taking it about the 16. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you a couple hours south to Orlando, let's check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. Spins away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And while that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently, but that doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
To throw, it's Bortles. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Franklin. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him, right on the 30-yard line. The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. On play action, it's Bortles. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Now the ball comes loose. And the Texans say they have it. They do. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
6 yards to go here on 2nd down. To throw is Beathard. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw Beathard. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to fight through one tackle. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Texans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They run it with McKinnon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. McKinnon. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short. And he didn't get there. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Let's go. Watching that, Marty. No. Check. Patriot.
Beathard. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fuller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now McKinnon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, that defensive win reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the time. If you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it. And the defense did exactly that.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That's 2 really good stops in a row. Back-to-back tackles for losses. I mean, let's face it, they are locked into what they're doing offensively. And now they've earned the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, haven't they?
Yeah, and offensively, they're going to have to do something else because the run game, at least on this drive, isn't working. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And this one is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Throwing now is Bortles. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Bernardrick McKinney leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know, the rhythm seems off. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now out comes Houston. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They go play action here on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
toss. It's McKinnon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
To throw is Beathard. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now Beathard. It fights him off. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
They begin with a run by Fournette. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Seven yards to go on second down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. J.J. Watt able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. Halfback sent in motion. Now Bortles got to have this one. And that is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So the D-line's going to spread out. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. On play action, now Bortles. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing on first down is Bortles. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dante Moncrief, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Houston. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. Now back to throw. A quick hitter complete. It's Fuller. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
No. Check. Patriot.
A handoff as they run the counter play. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Time to the tailback. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. The Texans on 3rd down. A very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Beathard to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so. But this one's not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out come the Jags. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. He'll look to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Franklin. 11 more on that one and another first down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes right side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So they were in field goal range, chance to go to overtime, got greedy going for the win. Do you think maybe on the sideline they felt compelled to go for that win?
Sometimes that's what happens because as a head coach, you have to take the pulse of your team. You have to know where you are and how they're feeling. And maybe he thought, we've got to win it right now. Overtime, we might not have anything left for that. So maybe that's why they went for it and pressed it.
Unfortunately, it backfired. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Houston, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.